What's up guys, Matt from Vaporizer here, back again and helping to keep you up to date with the latest and greatest in herb vaping news and technology. Now, we recently copped a bunch of awesome new wax products from Airistech and I've had a heap of fun testing them out and finding out what they're all about. Now, wax vapes are a phenomenon that has taken off in recent years. I mean, it was only 10 years ago that we were hitting blibs of concentrate through hot knives, and even more modern contraptions like quartz bangers are only a pretty recent invention. Now, in the past 3 to 5 years, I've seen a bunch of new wax products hit the market, but little have impressed me as much as this new Headbanger from Airistech. Now, the Headbanger is the second release in their line of quartz cell atomized vaporizers, and this one in particular is impressive because it comes with 2 vaping functions. So aside from the traditional sort of a chamber little atomizer coil solution to vaping your dabs, it's also got this little nectar stick on the bottom, which is encased in a ceramic casing with some quartz crystal sort of like dusting on the outside. And so you use that just like you would a traditional nectar collector. You just pop off this little cap, make sure that it's screwed into the battery, press down the button for a couple of seconds to get the heat, and you just sort of pipe it across your sheet of concentrate. Now, the dual functionality means that you can't use both of the atomizers at the same time if you're going to be looking to sort of get the most out of your battery and of your device. So if we're using the nectar collector atomizer, you have him screwed into the bottom and you've got to take out this little cap atomizer in the middle. So I'll break down the device a little bit first before we try it out and hit some dabs. So in the bottom of the device, which is where the nectar collector would usually be stored, it's actually got this little glass cap with a silicone lid. So with that, you can store your dabs, I guess up to 1 gram of dabs in there. And as you're using the nectar collector, you just pop the little silicone cap off, dip it in and sort of vape to the extent that you want, and then just pop them away again. So it comes with the second one of those little cups. So even if you want, you can load up a couple concentrates at a time, hit the road, not have to worry about bringing your whole dabbing kit and silicone mat with you. Now, if I was going to use just the regular dab pen function, I'd click up this little aqua bubbler here, which is spill proof and can be filled from the top. And then I'd unscrew my little cell atomizer in the middle, or you can also load it while it's screwed in. I prefer to take it off, it's a little bit easier to load your dabs. So it looks pretty much just like a traditional sort of cup atomizer. It's got a quartz wall, and then it's got these quartz crystals on the inside. As you can see, that's already globbed up a little bit. But the quartz is a lot more effective, I find, in atomizing the concentrates than, say, titanium or ceramic, and it doesn't affect the flavor anywhere near as much. We've seen a few of these quartz atomizers come in recently, and I'm sort of really enjoying the way that they atomize the concentrates. So if I'm going to use it just in like the general wax pen function, I load up a little bit of concentrate like I have, screw it back into the device so that the threading's just linked in with the battery, and I pop this little atomizer back on, little aqua bubbler back on top. And you can either hit it one of 2 ways. If you want to just use it sort of like a compact vaporizer, you can hit it as it is. Or if you want to restrict that airflow a little bit, you just pop the magnetic cap on the bottom. So turning the device on, it's 5 clicks. As with any traditional sort of disposable wax pen or concentrate vape. And this one comes with 3 voltage settings. So you just tap it 3 times to choose your voltage. So it's got green, which is the lowest, and then blue, which is sort of the mid-range. And if you like to hit it hot, like me, you can just bump it up to red. So the quartz coil in this means that even though you're hitting it at a higher temperature, you're not really losing any of the terpenes or flavor or anything like that. It's just an extremely pure vaping experience. So now that I've loaded this one up, if I'm gonna hit it, I just hold the button on the side down for a few seconds while I'm inhaling. So the vapor's got a very pure flavor to it. It's not hot at all, even though you're only about 5 or 6 centimeters from the atomizer when you're hitting it. And the aqua bubbler really helps with cooling down that vapor. Now, it's easily one of the most pleasant concentrate experiences I've ever had with a handheld vape. And I'm just gonna have a try with the nectar collector now and see if that has any difference with the flavor. Now, one important note I'm gonna tell you to take when you're dealing with vaporizers like this, and especially with wax vapes, you're gonna wanna make sure that in between sessions, or before your first use, you're burning off the atomizer. Now, burning off the atomizer can get rid of any oils or potential impurities that had got involved during the manufacturing process, and it just makes for a cleaner sort of vapor. So now that I'm gonna use the nectar collector function, just open up my little jar of concentrate after removing this atomizer. So with this, it's going to be easy if you sort of collect a tiny bit of concentrate in the lid of your chamber, or if you're using like a sheet of dabs or something like that, you pretty much just run a line across the top. But for this, it's silicone, it's heat resistant, so I can hit it straight out of the tub. So I'm going to want to get the nectar collector atomizer and just screw it into the bottom of the device like this. Then you just pop your aqua bubbler back on top. And I find it's a little bit easier to hit it as a nectar collector if you just preheat it for a few seconds first. So if I'm just holding down this button for a few seconds, oh wow, so the nectar collector runs a little bit hotter than the interior atomizer, I'd have to say. So definitely a little bit less pronounced terpene flavor. Got a fantastic cloud nonetheless, and ultimately a very pure vaping experience. Now I'm going to bust down the kit a little bit so we can see what comes inside the Headbanger. I really like what they've gone with. It reminds me of some sort of California-based dispensary packaging or something like that. The silver and black look like some sort of Oakland Raiders style fonting. I'm really liking how it's turned out. So it's a magnetic flip top. Just open it at the front. It shows you the little user guide, which is very user-friendly. Just a little quick start guide to get you vaping. Inside as well, it comes with this little carry pouch. I haven't flicked him open yet. So it's just a branded black little carry pouch, just to make sure you're not getting any dust or anything in your device. And it'll protect it a bit as well. Adds a bit of a discreet element to it if you're looking to consume your concentrate on the go. Also in the kit, we've got another one of these little glass concentrate containers. So as I said before, if you like, as long as you haven't got the nectar collector in, you can have both of these glass concentrate tubs in the device at once. So it's sort of just concealed in the bottom like that. So you can really be on the go with up to 2 grams of concentrate loading up. And the battery on these things are fantastic. You can hit, I don't know, at least 100 dabs or more. I mean, I've been using it for a couple of days and I haven't even had any indication that it's getting low on battery. So these concentrate vapes, because they're not sort of generating hot air like a herb vape would, so a general convection vaporizer, just the conduction technology requires a lot less battery, meaning that you can take this bad boy on the road for days at a time without even having to worry about bringing your charging cable. So I'll knock this separate little wax jar back inside the box here. Pop that back together. So also included is just a general sort of cleaning kit and packing kit, like comes with most devices. So this little nylon brush that comes with it, I wouldn't necessarily recommend using it for the atomizers because I think that it will sort of develop a bit of a viscous coating on it. But as long as you've got like a little alcohol wipe, some isopropyl or something like that, just wrap it around the outside, you can give the aqua bubbler and the atomizer a nice little clean. And then it's just got a generic little packing tool. So you can take that, slip it into your pocket and just load up your concentrates on the go. The Headbanger has only just been dropped, so keep an eye out for our post in the VapeFuse blog and updates on when we'll be stocking it in the store. Thanks for watching guys. Remember to subscribe to the VapeFuse channel to stay up to date with the latest and greatest in herb vaping news and content.